Just like that, the game is magically started up. It's going to be Faze against Justus, first map destroyed Hardpoint. If you're just joining us, Mr. X, joined by the wonderful, beautiful Swanee via Skype. Swan, who do you want to start on board with first?
I'm going to go for Hugh. We have to go for Hugh.
Yeah, why not?
I think I've been picking him up quite a lot, and hopefully he lives up to the expectation. And there he is with the initial kill.
Yeah, he's going to push in that middle Hardpoint. And, you know, to think this guy's only 15 years old, kind of insane. I mean, we were talking in the commercial break. If he was able to go to champs, I think the rosters for Call of Duty would be much different. And he's going to pick up a kill right there in the hill and start off. Faze looking pretty good. Yeah,
it's one thing I'll point out as well is this middle hill especially, but the middle hill on every map pretty much, it's so hard to maintain a full setup on it. And if you can on this, it really sets you up for a good hold on the second hill. You want to be holding the top road spawn next to the back green, and essentially you want to be kind of pinning them all into the alley and forcing them to either go alley or the office, the mid building or mid road, you know, just holding those cuts.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I think, you know, this one is to really just set yourself up for that next hill. I think right now you're seeing Justus. They're doing a very good job of that, as they are going to be in the next hard point. It's going to be Enable. I think he is a player that to look out for this year. You know, this game suits his playstyle extremely well. He had a very good Ghost, I thought, as well. You know, didn't really break through the way we thought he would, but this year I expect big things from Enable, and you see right there he picks up 3 nice kills.
Yeah, I think last year, you know, it was kind of overshadowed by Formal in terms of people making the switch from various other titles. Whereas this year, you know, he's really came into his own. I feel like in this Justus squad, sorry, you know, he's comfortable, and I can see, you know, a repeat of just how much hype Formal got. I mean, well deserved hype, I might add. But yeah, I think he's really going to come into his own this year. Yeah,
Formal's pretty good at video games. Right there you see Enable. He's actually going to be killed by Cuke on the hill, but Justus off to an insane start and slacked. I know he's one of the most underrated players, I think, in Call of Duty. You know, every tournament I've casted or I've gone to and he's played, his teams have done extremely well. And, you know, Slacked is a player who he always seems to, you know, go up, but at the end of the tournament, nobody really talks about him too much. It's a very interesting player, as you see him on your screen right now. He's going to start off 15-5, Swan. Just a great start. Make it 16-5. Slacked is on fire tonight.
Yeah, he's on form for a 60 bomb at the moment, I think. But as you said, yeah, he's one of those players. He might not get, I mean, sometimes obviously he goes off, such as what he's doing here, but he might not get a lot of credit because he's just doing the dirty work. He's just a complete team player. He's smart, you know, he knows how to win.
Yeah, and you know, you've seen his teams play always consistently well, so Slack definitely a player to look out for this year. I think this Justus team as a whole, if they stay together and just, you know, work on that team chemistry, they can definitely be a team to be reckoned with throughout the year. You're going to see Mochilla on your screen. He's going to start pushing for this next hill, as, you know, Faze making a bit of a comeback, but still down pretty handily to Justus.
Yeah, now Slash has just got an absolutely huge 3-piece on rotation. Now, he did get taken out by Slack, but it allows his team just some time to rotate from the garage hill towards this green hill at a crucial moment, you know. And this hill particularly, it's so hard to break the spawns on it. It was hard before the update. They changed the spawns, and it's, you know, it's arguably even harder now because there's spawn garage, and you can just flood the front of the hill so easily.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very difficult hill to break. Couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you see on the mini-map that there Justus really has no choice but to flood down this alley, and, you know, Faze can really just hold that spawn consistently and even watch it with a player, you know, with a bow watching this alleyway, just watching the cross, and you see it's going to be Aches. He's going to try and get in, get control of the hill again. He does. It looks like Faze is going to be able to take the lead if they hold this hill for a little bit longer, and it looks like they're going to be able to, but just as I say that, Enable able to break the front.
Yeah, now Faze have the preferential spawns. If you notice on your minimap, they're going to hold the garage spawn, which is, it's easy to get into this last hill, and well, there's only one player in there at the moment, so he could get broken, but, you know, expect Faze to retain control of this hill. Yeah,
and there you see the rotation coming from Faze, but...
And there's the caster's curse, which Mochilla has just completely pooed all over my theory there, and just managed to get a good break on that hill.
Yeah, there was an easy way to stop a early rotation, and that's just to kill everybody on the rotation. You saw Mochilla getting 2 huge kills right there, and I love the plays from Justus, you know, being extremely aggressive, pushing those spawns out on this hill, because if you just kind of play it from the hill, you're going to give up, you know, the opportunity for a team to pinch and get in there and really just cause some trouble. And you see Slacked, he's going to be the last one alive, though, in the hill. He's going to be taken out. Sensor, he's going to be pre-firing that doorway. He's going to pick up Mochilla. nobody can really get good control of this hill, though. You're seeing it just traded back and forth, but now looks like Faze, 2 players in the hill. They're able to hold it, and it looks like it's going to be Hugh just all alone now left in the hill. Yeah,
and Slack, once again, I might point out on the scoreboard, he's just still going off, continuing to keep his team in the game, you know. Aside from Hugh, everyone else is putting up a standard performance really, but Slack is absolutely excelling.
Yeah, it's Slack against Hugh right now. Hugh 22 and 20, leading Faze as the sub, and then obviously on the other end on board with Slack, he is 29 and 16. Just phenomenal overall play from him. Now, I always wonder, he plays so well, he's looked so well in Advanced Warfare, how Slack, hasn't been considered to be on one of these, top brands or top teams in Call of Duty. I think, a team like Optic Nation, or even if Envy were to make a change, I think they definitely need to look at Slack.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. It's strange, if you had to pick an underrated player, I think we'd both say unanimously it'd have to be Slack. But I'm not sure, perhaps he just hasn't got that, that one lucky chance you need to just really excel with the team. And this Justus, I think that's a good opportunity for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, this Justus team, with a few adjustments and playing, a little bit better team-wise, I think they can definitely make some noise this year in the Pro League and the circuit. You see Enable on your screen. He's going to have to win that gun battle. He's actually taken out by Hugh, but still able to control the hill is Justus, and it is Slack in the hill still. I mean, guy's doing everything for Justus this game. He's going to take out one, has a second player. He's going to drop right there, but Classic able to pick up the Slack in the hill, taking out 2 players in the back.
And all Justus are going to do right now is just continue to try and flood the hill. I will point out, actually, that I think up until perhaps the last hill that X was using a barrel, well, I think he was at least, so I think that was 2 barrels on Faze, as opposed to, the 4 SMG pressure from Justus, and I think that's one of the factors behind Justus, taking the lead by a substantial amount.
But what do you prefer? You think that SMGs, the ASM1s really dominate? You think, 4 ASM1s can, be effective, or you think you still need a barrel?
Honestly, on just about every hill on this map, I'd say 4 ASMs. Unless you're just ridiculous with a barrel, unless you're on fire with a barrel, it's just so hard to compensate for the lack of pressure when you have an AR player on your team. When you've got hills like we mentioned, the 4th hill and even the 2nd hill and the 1st hill, they're just so close quarters. You'd never see a hill like that on Black Ops 2, where it's literally just 2 teams just running at each other, and it's just a 1v1 gunfight every time.
Yeah, and I think, there's so much action, and the game is so fast-paced that I think you definitely need that, SMG pressure. You see Slack take out 2 on the hill right there. It's going to be Justus up by a little bit more than 30 points right here. Mochilla trying to hold spawn. He's going to get taken out. Let's actually go on. It's going to be Doug, Sensor, Martin in the hill for Faze. But Faze trying to mount this comeback. They're not getting any good time, though. They're just getting, kind of garbage time on these hills.
Yeah, and once again, just, they're spawning in the Bag Atlas building, which is exactly the spawn they want. You're going to see all 4 members rotate across this next hill. It doesn't matter that X is on that one, because they've got spawns, they're just setting up for next, and they can potentially close the game out on this hill if Faze don't mount a comeback.
Yeah, it looks like Hugh, he's going to be in the hill. He's going to take out one, try and just dance around, stay alive, but he's going to be taken out. It's going to be 2 players from Justus in the hill. It's going to be Classic actually all alone in the hill now as his teammate's taken out. He's going to be in the front. He's going to kill Slasher. Very good hold from the guys from Justus, but that is broken. But something you mentioned, Swan, is that the spawns still favor Justus.
Yeah, absolutely, and they continue to. Although Faze has got 4 people in the hill, it won't be hard for Justus to break, and I think we'll see a break here. Yeah,
and you see it's going to be 1 player flooding in. It's going to be Mochilla. Classic right behind him. He's going to flood in. They're going to break that right away. So very nice break from Justus. Just like you were saying, if you are able to hold that back spawn, it's very easy to break the hill. I think it's a lot easier to push from the back than, going in through the front.
Yeah, I mean, it's still mathematically possible. 10 seconds left. You see the play from Faze. It's Sensor in the next hill. He's setting up for it. If he's not careful, he will. Well, no, they've got a good setup on this hill. They could potentially win the game on it, to be honest. I mean, it's only a, 20-point game. Just as I say that, it does get broken.
But, yeah, they're going to need to break this right away if, Faze is going to have a chance of even coming back.
Yeah, and the way Justus is playing, I really don't think it's possible.
Nah, I think with the way Justus is playing, the way they're slaying out, I think it looks very good for them to win. Nobody in the hill right now. It's actually going to be Slack in the hill. He's going to pick up one. Actually, no, he's going to get taken out. It's going to be Classic going pretty big in this last hill, picking up 2 kills. But you see in the slaying department, you know, Slacked 44, Mochilla with 31, Classic 34 kills. And I know Enable doing the OBJ work down there, 25 and 31. You know, just a very good performance from everybody on Justus. And then on the flip side for Faze, you know, Aches a little bit of a rough game, 22 and 33. You know, Hugh going big as the sub, but in that first game, looks like you know, our predictions are always going to be wrong. We both pick Faze in the series. Justus comes out and looks great first map.
Excellent, brilliant. The prediction's wrong already, folks. We do apologize. But yeah. No, as we said early on in the game, it's slacked for Justus, and it's Hugh going off for Faze. Unfortunately, Justus were just overall the well-rounded, the better team. The other 3 players actually went negative on Justus, which is an interesting point, but it doesn't matter because they were just adding to the pressure. They were essentially were either at least trading or just applying pressure and just being the bait for Slack to just clean everything up and you know, take them out. Yeah,
I mean, that's what I was going to say too. You know, they had so much pressure on the hill right there. It didn't matter that I know Justus didn't, you know, go positive. They just had so much more pressure than Faze in that first map. So map number 1 is going to go to Justus. Stay tuned. We will be back right after this commercial break with map number 2. It's going to be S&D Recovery.